What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Parlor Talk, episode 20. So, we're back at it. Some of you guys know we were doing every single day, but we have now switched to just a little bit less frequent. We're going to give the team a little bit more time to line some awesome artists up. So, tonight, first off, we got my man, Brendan O'Neill. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Hanging in there. How you guys doing?
Good, dude. We're doing really well, thanks. And
bad, man.
We're excited to have you. So, for everyone that's watching and tuned in right now, why don't you give just a little brief intro about yourself? Where are you from? What are you about? Some of the places that you play. So, just let's start there.
I grew up in North Jersey. Still live in North Jersey, Bergen County. I've been DJing now for almost 13 years. I started off playing local places around Bergen County, Passaic County. Eventually started playing down the shore and stuff like that, like surf club and stuff. I've gotten to play all like the major places in New York City and stuff. I've gotten to play a few festivals. I've gotten to travel as a DJ. I've gotten to do a lot of great things. I'm very blessed and very thankful to have all these experiences. I've played with some of the best talent in the world, and I'm very thankful for everything I've accomplished so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you mentioned a lot of really great things that I want to touch on. And really, like the purpose of our show is to give you a platform to talk about some of those amazing experiences. But also, we want to give a little bit back to the DJ community. A guy like yourself, well-established, with a great career. We want to talk about some of the learnings and things that you learned while you were kind of going through that and making bones. So that's awesome, man. So let's talk. I want to start a little bit about like where you're playing like locally, because I know you're down in Atlantic City. I think you do DJs and all that stuff. So let's talk about some of the local places, and then maybe we could go into like the bigger shows.
So I play once or twice a month at Dare in Atlantic City. Shout out to, of course, the Dare people, E-Rock, Double Down. I play at DJs in Belmar in the summertime. Of course, shout out to the DJs family.
Yep.
Play at Iron Bar in Morristown. I'll play at Wolf in Hoboken. Shout out to Cam, of course, and Slav.
Yeah.
I'll dabble around a lot of local places around here, and then the big stuff comes around, I'll go do that too. I used to limit myself to just doing like bigger stuff.
Right.
But as time goes on, the bigger stuff isn't as sporadic or as often. It's more sporadic now than it is often, and that's the case for a lot of people. And you just gotta adapt or get left behind nowadays. That's how it is.
Yeah, dude, that's how it feels, man. That makes a lot of sense. But so do you, when you broke the kind of that invisible plane of, local DJ gigs, kind of moving up to like Atlantic City, main stage type stuff, tell us a little bit how you did that. Are you producing your own music? Are you networking in with guys? Are you making edits? Like, what was kind of your path to get there?
Before I was a DJ, I was going out to nightclubs for a very long time. And I just knew the right people, and I always had a great collection of edits and different tracks and such like that. I had tracks that like the guys in that time period had that nobody else really had, because I was friends with these guys. And after a while, everyone was like, why don't you DJ? And I was like, I should. And that's how I got into it. Like I have my own like edits and bootlegs and stuff like that. Actual productions I never really got into, and that's honestly the biggest mistake I ever did, was not do that. And I still have time to do it. So I mean, with what's been going on right now, I have been dabbling a little bit. So we'll see what the finished product could be like.
Awesome, man.
But I was thankful to become friends with the right people, man. Networking is always key for any type of business when it comes down to it. And I just got very lucky that everyone that I'm friends with who are in the positions that they're in gave me the opportunities. And I guess I was good enough to be where I am now.
Yeah. No, that's killer, man. And I think you're right. Just that ground game, networking, just get in there, shaking hands, and meeting people. I think that's like 80% of the opportunities, right? It's just all about who you know. So that's awesome, man. How would you like describe your style? Like, when you go out and play, if I was going to go see you like headline a show, what could we expect from you?
I mean, if I'm actually headlining, it's mainly big room music mixed with like progressive house and a little trance. I was always known as like a big trance DJ, but as time went on, it's not that I get bored, it's that I want to challenge myself to do more things. So I can I can do open format if needed. I could do big room if needed. But if I'm actually headlining, it's a big room set without a doubt.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. And I've seen you shred DJs, just really tear it down, man. So I know you can definitely play the bombs, which is killer. No, that's awesome, and I'm glad like people get to hear a little bit more about you. I know you were going heavy on the live streams the past couple weeks. How has that been going?
It's going really well. I mean, I've been having like a few hundred to like maybe like close to like 1,000 people tune in every now and then.
That's amazing.
It all depends on what I play, really. If I tell them what set I'm gonna play, the more people show up. Like if I'm gonna play a throwback set, I get more people. If I'm gonna play a techno set, I'll get the people who like techno. If I try and play literally every genre of what goes on in nightlife throughout this. I mean, I'm not a big hip hop DJ, but I'll play throwback hip hop because that's the hip hop I love.
Yeah, of course.
But it's been, you know, it's a little surreal, man. Like I never thought I would be playing like Burning Man and then playing in my bedroom every day for everybody, for people. But it's the least I could do in this situation, man. It keeps me sane and it helps people around me as well. Like I've had a bunch of people message me on the side saying how thankful they are that my music gets them through the day and stuff, and that really makes me feel good. Like even if there'll be days, of course, where I'm just not into it just because of how I'm feeling with everything. Like, and I'll still do it, man, because people need music. Music is the one thing that always is there. It's always going to be there, no matter what. No matter what.
Oh,
even in tough times,
killer.
bad times, music will always be there for you.
I really like that you do put out a genre. If you're like, hey, tune in for X, like whatever it's going to be. I think that's really important, and a tip for anyone that's doing live streams is the people need to know what to expect, right? It's kind of just like when you order something on a menu, you know you're picking that item for that reason, and I think that's important for your following, right?
It's like because not everyone wants to hear techno. Not everyone wants to hear big room. You get a different crowd every time. It's awesome.
Right.
I've got to reconnect with old friends I haven't seen in years.
Yep.
Like it's been a really cool experience. Like it's a little bit of light in the darkness that we're in right now. It's good. It's a very good thing.
No, 1,000%. And I know you've been getting like a lot of really good following with your stuff. So that's killer, man. And keep it up. You know, I look forward to it. And you know, we're also just trying to figure out the streaming thing too, right? It kind of came on. It came on really, really fast, and I gotta give Chris Lead I give Chris Lead all the credit, man. This he's really helped us get our live streaming production up really high.
Yeah, man, you guys are doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
Great job.
Thanks. And we wanted to just use this time to give an outlet to network with people. Like I see you on social media, I see you on flyers, and you know we have a quick grail at DJs, and then you know you're off in the booth and I don't see it. But I think you know we're trying to use this time to network with people that are just on that second, third, fourth level networks. And it's been great, and we thank you making some time to come out here too. So, tell us about. I want to hear about like one of the. I know you've played. Like, tell me about like your Burning Man experience and some of those other like major, like those things that are just next level kind of events that you've done.
So I'll tell you the Burning Man story. That's my favorite one, obviously. I'm friends with Paul Oakenfold, who is one of like the OG big name DJs. I mean, there wouldn't be an Armin van Buuren, there wouldn't be a Tiesto or anybody like that. Paul Oakenfold was really the guy who paved the way for everybody. I played with him in Pasha like almost 10 years ago now, and he took a liking to me, and he brought me out to play Burning Man for his 50th birthday party. And it was me, him, Diplo, and a couple other people. And so me and my buddy go. I take my best friend with me. We fly in, and it's just surreal, dude. It's Burning Man. You're in the middle of the desert, hours away from civilization, and it's just there's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of things.
I can imagine.
There's a lot of cool things, like architecture that's set up and like weird robotic like things and such. So Paul played till like 5 a.m. and then I ended up playing from like 5 to 7 a.m. as it was coming up, and it was insane, dude. Like there were celebrities there that I saw. Bradley Cooper was hanging out while I was DJing. Seth Rogen was hanging out while I was DJing. It was insane, dude. It was awesome. Like what
do you play from 5 to 7? Or
I started off from like because Paul Oakenfold is primarily a trance guy. Diplo played before him. Diplo played like big room twerky stuff because that's when twerk was like really big.
Yeah.
Like 2013, that just finally like erupted. It wasn't just a straight EDM fest anymore. So Diplo played that. Paul played trance, and then I played like some like darker music because it was like 5 a.m. And as the sun came up, I made it more melodic sounding and more like not ambient, but like, you know, just like perfect music that you want to hear with the sun coming up. I used to listen to Tiesto's In Search of Sunrise compilations.
Yeah.
And I just kind of based my set off of that idea. And the craziest part was we missed our flight home because our driver to the airport was still on an acid trip from the night before and wouldn't let us drive the car to the airport.
Oh my God.
So we had to go to Vegas, had to drive from Reno to Vegas in 6 hours. It's an 8 drive. We made it in 5.5 hours. Had to drop off the rental car,
Crazy.
took a red eye back to New Jersey, and then I had to play a Pasha the next night. Like, it was ridiculous.
Dude, that's a crazy story, man. Yeah, and I can't, like, if anyone's sitting around and you want to research something and you want to spend some time, just look up Burning Man and check out some of the recap videos on YouTube. It'll literally like cinematic remake stuff of this night. I've never been to Burning Man. I'm not a
Dude,
big...
I'll tell you one thing. I walked past a tent that's literally said orgy, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be like an art exhibit. I peeked my head in the tent. There's no joke. There's like 100 people just going at it, and I just remember I was like, that smell, dude. It was so nasty.
I've heard of that. You're the first person that has told me like they've seen it firsthand, though.
Oh, yeah. Everything that's true is true. Like there are people obviously who could stretch the truth about things like that. Yeah. But what I saw was what I'm telling you is what I saw. But it was crazy, man. Like I said, you're in the middle of the desert. It's a 100,000 person party.
Yep.
And it's just insane, dude. And the other DJs were there too. Like Seth Troxler was there with the Martinez brothers. Like, like all kinds of crazy stuff, man. It's really an experience. I would love to experience again, hopefully one day. So.
Did you just roll there with like a stick? Because I heard like every piece of electronic equipment gets destroyed.
At that point I was still using CD. I just started using sticks probably like 5 years ago. I was an all CD guy. I never used a laptop. So there were CDJ 1000s, I think, that were there, like really bad 1000s. And they were just covered in sand because they have these haboobs, sandstorms, like every day there. So everything was just covered in sand and destroyed. And I remember there was one button in the DJ booth and I pushed it because I thought it was like a horn, and it was actually flamethrower.
Oh my God.
And they would just shoot up from like, there was like the area that I DJ'd in was like a circle, like a biodome kind of thing. And these flames were shooting like 20 feet in the air. And I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like,
what the hell?
And it's 5 o'clock in the morning and the sun rises up and you're standing next to Bradley Cooper and Diplo's on acid. Yeah, probably was pretty crazy, dude.
I actually have a picture. There was a girl who was on top of like the ledge of the DJ booth, and she fell while I was DJing onto the equipment. Thankfully, nothing stopped. She was butt naked. Like, it was so wild, dude. It's really wild.
And these mega festivals are getting like really crazy. Like Burning Man is coming into the mainstream now, and like I don't know if you remember like Coachella, like if you've ever been to Coachella, but like now it's huge and super mainstream, and it'll be interesting to see once all this stuff gets back on track. And hopefully over the summer we get back to getting the festivals going and stuff. So that's cool, man.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking we're gonna have a summer. I think obviously everything's gonna open up slowly, but I think we'll have like our like spots in the summertime still. It may not be right away, but I think it's gonna happen. Yeah. Hopefully. That's wishful thinking. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, so.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool stuff. So yeah, you got to rock Pasha. Did you play any like legacy nightclubs, like stuff that's not around in New York City?
Cielo.
Yeah.
Provocateur. What else? I've played at Tau. I've played at Lavo. They're still around though, but Cielo was my favorite next to Pata. I miss Cielo big time.
Which is
then,
crazy.
Of course, like in Brooklyn, I was at Verboten, which is now whatchamacallit.
Yeah. So, that's a hell of a room. Still a hell of a room.
That's a great room still.
What was it? I played at Greenhouse for After Hours, which became WIP. Greenhouse was crazy. I used to start at like 5 and then go till like 12, 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon. That was crazy.
And people would stay.
Oh yeah, it was Night of the Living Dead, but it was still fun. It was all zombies. But that was the time period. A lot of people that's how they stayed awake and stayed at these parties all night.
Right.
But a lot of great memories, man. And I don't regret anything I've ever done.
That's awesome.
Doing this, and I plan on going for a long time, man. Like I have other investments, but my primary focus will always be DJing, and I'm lucky that I can focus on that. Right. A lot of people aren't fortunate enough, but luckily I got blessed with it, man. I really did.
No, that's killer. What's on the horizon? Like summer 2020 and the 21. Like what's next?
I mean, hopefully get back to our regularly scheduled programming with our lives. That's the priority for me right now. I mean,
of course.
I've had a ton of gigs canceled, unfortunately, but still rocking Atlantic City, still rocking DJs in the summertime and wherever anybody wants to book me. And then my couple city gigs here and there and stuff like that. Like, just keep rocking, man. I used to be all about that, like wanting to travel all over the place and stuff like that. But as time goes on, man, it gets very tiring.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say, man. It's sad what happened to Avicii, but I understand why it happened to him, man.
Right.
It's a lot of pressure happened to you. And I'm nobody. He was just somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And there's always the what's going to come out next? And I think the road travel really is what grinds on those guys. Like the lifestyle. We were talking to DJ Icon early on in our series, and he's saying you're catching flights, and he's like, for a while he's like, you're going out partying, having a good time, but you don't want to get on a plane hungover and then trying to go through traveling is just tough in general when you're sober. So I think
that's the one. I'm a weird dude, man. I don't drink really. I've never done anything but smoke weed.
Yeah, of course.
That's cool. I think that's why I have longevity, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I know you've been in the game for a long time, man, and well respected, super talented guy. So excited to just have you on. So give me so for some of the people that are listening out there, we like to always just talk about tips and things that people can do, to get better, or if you could give 24-year-old yourself some advice, what would have that been as a young DJ?
If you want to be as big as some of these guys, you got to produce music. Definitely got to produce music, and you got to get to know the right people without a doubt, and you got to do it the right way. You actually have to be friends with them. You don't kiss ass. I see a lot of, I've seen so many people come and go that just kiss ass, and then once they drop, that's it. They're gone. Have fun, man. Just don't stress so much. Stress can shorten your period of reign, all kinds of stuff, man. Just live your life, focus on it, but don't focus on it too much to where it becomes a burden for you.
No, that's some good advice, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, just be friends with everybody. Be friends. Don't pick sides. Don't talk shit about other people. I mean, we're all guilty of it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. You got to be yourself. That's the most important thing with anything in life, though. You got to be yourself. If you're not yourself, who are you? You don't even know after a certain period of time.
It's well put, man. That's a lot of knowledge right there, and there's a lot of guys faking the funk out there.
But they always that's why they always get figured out, though. They always do.
Right. No, that's really good feedback for people. So if you are all right, I have two questions for you. The first one is, what's your favorite song right now? If you could pick
my favorite song right now.
Yeah, one track that really gets you going.
There's so many, man. That's the thing. I've been listening to a lot of Deep House right now, man. I love Camel Fat. Breathe by Camel Fat has been my track for over a year, and it still is my track.
Big
man.
jam.
It's such a good track. It's techie. It's got the progressive feel to it, and I'm big on that progressive deep tech sound. A lot of trance guys went from trance to deep tech, like Above and Beyond, for example.
Yep.
and like Anjuna Beats became what Anjuna Deep. Like it's a whole different thing. And I love that genre. Anything by like Elkie Klein. Like there's so many people in that genre that are producing great tracks right now, and they're getting the exposure because it's funny. Back in the day, like techno and deep house and stuff like that was not really the big thing. It was always like great for lounges and stuff like that, or underground parties. And now a lot of guys, like you got Disclosure and such, and like these guys are superstars. It's insane. Oliver Heldens and with Hell Deep and stuff like that. Like you would never expect that sound to be as big and massive as it is now, compared to what like somebody like Borges or something like that, who are still big. But now even those guys went from like making straight bangers to literally making techie tracks like Dioro and such. And I love it. I honestly love where the direction of music is going right now.
There's a lot of good stuff coming out where like that bass house sound is huge.
It's huge.
Tech house, a crispy hi-hat really gets Chris Lead going. Everyone knows that.
I look at Fisher too, man. It's crazy. It's there and people want to hear it. All the Chads want to hear Fisher. Who would think of that? A bunch of dudes in boat shoes going, "You want to hear Fisher?" What?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you bring that up too, because I've gone to a few Fisher shows and he doesn't even play that sound.
He plays he's his own more tracks, deep, right?
But everything else he's playing is like the most. If you go on Beatport, I think you could find it under like left field techno. Yeah. It's like so out there, just like it doesn't fit in with his music, but it's Europe. It's very Euro, and
some like Adam Bear and drum code.
No,
and stuff
it's not
like
even
that
good. It's like worse than that.
Wow.
And
so it's like Umek and Sven Voth and people like that. Yeah. Dubfire.
Yeah, we saw Fisher like twice, and I think both times he only played one of his own songs. Like a 2.5 hour set, he played only one of it. Like, and you would say like, all right, well, if I'm going to see, you said Adam Beyer. Well, he better play some Adam Beyer music because that's what I go to there to see. And Fisher didn't play any of it. And his
that's the difference between a producer and a producer DJ. That's why back in the day, a lot of the guys were known for just being DJs. Now the producers are booked to DJ, but some of them don't DJ. So it's like, what do I do? And that's how you can tell when someone's an actual DJ. Like Fisher plays stuff like that. He'll keep it real and then throw in a couple in here. Oliver Heldens does the same thing as well. And you know who else does that too is Duke Dumont.
Yep.
Yeah.
Duke Dumont will play a few of his own, but he'll play some really, really good techie stuff that people aren't too familiar with, but people vibe to it. I played with him at Dare. It was easily the best set that I've had with somebody at that venue, without a doubt. I had so much fun with him.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I also heard someone I'm dying to see is Claptone.
Phenomenal. I've seen him a few times. Phenomenal.
I heard he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Definitely on the list once everything, we get back to everyone getting back on the stage, man. So
yeah.
That's good. So do you post up mixes? Do you record stuff? And if so, where can people catch that? You put on Mixcloud, SoundCloud?
I haven't recorded something in a very long time because SoundCloud, Mixcloud, they would all take down my stuff.
Yep.
And I was like, well, you know what? I'll just make everything private, and whoever wants my bootlegs and stuff, you can have them. Like, I'll send them to you. Just ask and you shall receive. I mean, it sucks, but like, if you're not under like a major label that's paying for you to have all this stuff, you're kind of SOL in that field. Right. It even happens with me on Facebook. Facebook cuts me off for playing my own remixes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, the streaming game is tough. We definitely have a challenge with that from a music perspective.
Yep.
But yeah, you should check out like Mixcloud or something. I think it would be cool if you started recording some of your sets, and then Mixcloud, you can post that other people's music up. Yeah,
I agree. I like to leave a little bit of mystique with myself too. It's kind of helped me, to be honest with you. A lot of people are just like, here, take this, and those producers that they send it to play it. Don't give them the credit for it, and they make the money off. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's people not making a dime off of it. Like the people that actually made the track won't make a dime off of it because they send them to these people, and they remaster it or put a little twitch into it, and then.
Brandon, you there? I think your connection dropped.
All right.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I can't see you though.
You froze. Oh, your video cut out. Now it's back.
Back, baby.
All right. That's weird. I was on my Wi-Fi too. That's crazy. I turned my Wi-Fi off and it started working again. But no, it was like people produce tracks, and out of nowhere they'll send them to like bigger name producers. Those producers play the tracks and then credit themselves for the tracks and don't give the other person the money or anything. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's how it happens sometimes. You gotta watch. You know, you'll some people will find out once you pull back the curtain in that next level production game. Is, man, it's dirty out there. The field is dirty.
And that's why I like to keep a little bit of a mystique to myself. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to be at one point, did I want to be like an Avicii kind of person? Of course I did. Who doesn't?
Right.
But after a while, man, I just want to play music, make a living, and enjoy my life. That's what it really comes down to.
Dude, amen. Couldn't have said it any better, Bo. So Brendan O'Neill, good friend of ours, DJ, super talented guy. This guy's plays all over the place. Check out his Instagram. I think we have it up on the screen. Go check out his page. He's got some good content up there, and just we're looking forward to supporting your live streams when you're putting music out. We're always sharing it and checking in and going in. So keep up the live streams, man. I think it's really positive.
All right, man. Thank you very much, and thank you for having me, guys. It really means a lot. Like, it's nice to actually talk to people right now. Anybody, and it's great to be on your show, man. Shout out to all the other DJs who have been on here. A lot of great list of DJs, man. Really great people. There's a lot of good people in this industry, man. There really is, and it's nice to see everybody coming together right now in these tough times. It's nice, dude, and thank you again for having me. It was great.
Got it, man. Looking forward to catching up and getting some drinks at DJs and kicking the summer off right, man. But we put all the episodes up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ClassKills. So this will be posted there along with all the other 19 other episodes. So
Awesome.
hop in, check it out. But Brendan, man, thank you so much. Be safe, be good, and keep posting those live streams, man. Keep it up.
Thanks, guys. Be safe as well.
Yeah, you got it.
Brendan.
All right, man. Be good.
All right, so next up, we got the dynamic hip hop duo JT and Euro. Give us a second. We're gonna roll some credits, and then we're gonna put these guys on. Be back in a second.
Wanna blow my horn. Do you wanna blow my horn?
All right, so we're back. We're just waiting to get JT and Euro lined up here on the Zoom, and we'll be back in just a second. Sit tight with us. We're just working through some IT stuff here.
I'm going to take off, guys, right?
All right.
Yeah, you're good. See you, Brendan.
All right, guys. Thank you again.
All right, once again, we're just waiting to get JT and Euro lined up here. We got him in. JT,
JT, what's up, brother?
How's it going, guys?
where's the hype king?
I think he's logging in now. Some technical difficulties.
Yeah, man. Yo, if you want to head over to the Class Kills Facebook, the feed's up there. You can share it on your Facebook. Get it out there. Let the people know. And we've been streaming. We've been trying a bunch of different streaming stuff, but currently, right now, we use Wirecast to get everything in there, and that's what we use to produce the show. And then we stream it out to Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. We're working on some Instagram API integration stuff, trying to get it to the gram. I'll tell you, it's definitely not easy, that's for sure. But just wait. We'll let him in as soon as he hops in here, and then we'll get started. There he is. Hype King. You got to unmute yourself.
Mute.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
There it is. All right, so episode 20 here. We got my man JT and Euro. This is the most dynamic DJ MC duo that I know. They are crushing clubs all over New Jersey. Bring the energy like I haven't seen in a really long time. Two close personal friends of mine. How you doing, boys? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you for having us, man. Appreciate it. Love what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Awesome.
man. Of course. I love the swag. You got the hats, the shirts, the mugs.
You know,
Wow.
Brandon's everything, right?
I like the mug. Where can I get myself a JT Euro mug?
I just threw a sticker on my Yeti. You know, I gotta keep it cold.
Yeah.
Well, I'll need one of those
Gotta-
stickers then.
Yeah, I love it. Love the branding stuff. So let's kick it off with, for the people that don't know JT and Euro, why don't you take us a little bit, bring us down memory lane. How'd you guys meet, and then how'd you guys come together to like kind of, bring this package, this MC duo package, man? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, Jay, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, we actually we've known each other from high school. Went to college together, worked a couple corporate jobs together. So we've known each other for a while, and just got into this DJ thing as a way to make some money. We both love music, looking for to start our own business. We started off. We actually both DJ'd. Some people don't know. Euro actually used to be a DJ too.
Yep.
So there was a DJ Euro and a DJ JT, and we used to like fight over who would play like "We Found Love" or whatever the song was for the night.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Still a bomb, by the way.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, we figured out, it's kind of it was better for us to be a DJ MC kind of combo. We complement each other well, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, so I guess are the people seeing JT on the left or the right?
Under you is probably the easiest way to describe it.
Under me. Okay, so JT, put your hand up.
He should be on the left.
There you go. And Euro, put your hand up so everyone knows who's who. All right, awesome. So, killer DJ MC combo. Euro, talk to me about the mic skills and how you've progressed. Because I know obviously no one starts picking up a microphone and it's just like awesome. But you've mastered it.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. So, so funny enough, kind of like how JT said, I was a DJ. So when me and JT first started rocking out, we would flip-flop. So if we had a gig like Friday or Saturday night, like Friday, I would open for him, and then Saturday he would open for me. And then when he would do Power Hour, like, he'd get on at midnight. That's kind of really when you needed you need the mic, opening up and Power Hour. But when he would get on, I would kind of just be like standing there drinking, hanging out with our friends. And I'm like, all right, well, I was just doing like kind of birthday shout outs to like start off. And, I was really actually scared of the mic. Funny enough. I mean, as much compliments as I get, like, rocking the mic, I was petrified of the mic. I mean, then as he got on, I was just like, listen, I'm going to rock the mic while you're on. It'll be a good balance. So I'm not just like kind of, just sitting there chilling. And, people were just like, dude, like, what are you doing DJing? Like, you should just kind of be rocking, like hosting. And it turned into like me more hosting more. And then I kind of just kept the DJ name for a while, and it was just like hosted by DJ Euro. Then I really kind of just really took the art of emceeing, and as we did private events and bigger and bigger events and gigs, I just really kind of came into my own with the whole mic thing. I mean, I just just really like go out on the weekends whenever we were off. I would just all the biggest MCs and DJs who really rock the mic. I would just kind of just really. Just took a little bit of everybody's DNA and just really kind of found my own little like swag on the mic, and that's kind of how Euro was born. I mean, for everybody who doesn't know, my tagline, "The Hype King," actually JT gave me that name. So thanks JT for that. Yeah,
That's awesome, man. I love that. Yo, Jay, what is? Give me one of Euro's isms. Like what's one thing that he says over and over again? Like,
Get a drink, get a shot.
yeah, that's like a 10-year going on joke. All my people, get a drink, get a shot, get a drink, get 2 shots.
One for me, one for you, right?
love that, man. That's cool. So, Jay, talk to us a little bit about like your style DJing, like talk about it from like playing behind the decks perspective.
Yeah, so I try to play everything. Obviously, I definitely cater more towards hip hop. I grew up listening to hip hop, so that's definitely my knowledge of music and hip hop is stronger. But anything with high energy, I like to keep the crowd amped up the whole time. Jersey club, hip hop, house, just try to take it all over the place and keep them guessing. Throw a Britney Spears in there. Go super left sometimes when the time is right. But yeah, just try to do a little bit of everything.
Because I know you guys have touched the stage with some really big hip hop artists. We'll keep it local to start, but I know you guys were crushing that Perlay spot in the Brunswick areas, which is really cool. But yeah, talk to us about that because I know like some huge people played there. Funk Flex, Camilla, go down the list. So. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your time at Perlay because you guys were synonymous, like you were known for building that place up.
Yeah. I mean, we did the Friday nights there for 6 years. We started out might have been just me and Euro in the club most nights. Just nobody there, empty nights. Started from the ground up, and once the word started getting out there, I mean, we were out there putting up posters, on the phone poles and handing out flyers. It's New Brunswick, the little college town, and dropped off at all the pizza places, and really built the party up from the ground up. And then we started bringing in guys like Camilo and Funk Flex and Drewski and Walla to kind of help build the night. And I was able to learn so much from those guys opening up, and everybody had their own different type of style. So definitely learned a lot by being there and trying to switch up your set so you're not the same. I mean, being at the same place every Friday night, you have to try to reinvent yourself.
Yep.
So you don't sound like the same broken record over and over every single weekend.
Yeah, you got to stay fresh. I think that's important. So what would be like if you could give a tip to someone that's, grinding it out, working at a place, trying to get a party started? I mean, you gave some really good examples there. Like, you got to have a really tight ground game, but, what would just be some like tips you would give some young guys that are logged in right now listening?
I mean, more than anything, stay consistent no matter how many people are in the room. You don't know who's in there, and, maybe you have 2 or 3 people in the corner that are going to come back next week and bring their whole birthday party. But, there was nights where it would be completely dead, and, you still have to go and play your best. And, me and Euro had the advantage. So I'm in the DJ booth and he can go out and, talk to people that are, kind of partying and, just build relationships with the people that are coming to the venue and, let them know, hey, I'm here every Friday. If there's anything you need, and, just build all your relationships that way.
No, that's good stuff, man. And Euro, talk a little bit about that ground game in the club because I know you're like out there interacting, like you're almost something like I know I've seen you like literally on the dance floor in the dance circle, getting the people going crazy, man. So talk a little bit about like that and your approach to entertaining people.
I mean, I think just leveling up on the mic. I mean, I think definitely like year 1, year 2, I kind of just be in the DJ booth and, I'd be the first to admit JT would kind of just push me out the booth. He'd be like, listen, man, like go hit the dance floor, get out there, interact. I definitely would see like girls or, just guys kind of just like staring at us and kind of wanted to like make a song request, but they were just like, oh, we don't want to like be that guy who makes a song request. So I'd go out there and be like, what's up, man? I saw you guys looking up here. So I think they really felt comfortable at our parties, and as our name kind of grew, they were like, "Wow, these guys are really, they're not just a DJ and MC. Like those are my boys. I can go like walk up to them, and they felt like it was their party just as much as it was our party, and I think they really enjoyed that because I was on the dance floor, making everybody feel comfortable, because it's wonderful at 12 or 1 a.m. once the Patron or the Ciroc or Henny starts hitting, but at 10:30 sometimes like you want to just party as soon as you get there. And I think that's where I really, have to do my thing. JT's doing his thing, opening up and warming up the floor and getting everybody kind of easing in. And I think it's my job to kind of say, listen, guys, we're going to start at 10. We don't have to wait till 12, 1 a.m. to have a good time. And I'm on the dance floor. If I'm the only one on the dance floor dancing, everybody's kind of like spread out at the bars and just, getting their first drinks. And they love that. They're like, oh, the MC's out there. I'm going to go party with him. And, just making that real feel good vibe. I think has really been a home run for us and how we operate our, our events and our parties. And I think club owners love that because, people kind of get going as soon as, first song instead of waiting till, first 50 or 100 people enter the building, which is already like, hour and a half in, we like to just kick off right away. So yeah, so I mean that's kind of what I focus on, and it's been working ever since.
So my question to you is, because I know a lot of guys, and I'm guilty of this myself, is like you just said, I'll wait till there's 100, 150 people in the room before, I start talking on the mic. Like, what are some of those tricks? What are those things you're doing with the mic before you have a full room that isn't like the typical throw your fucking hands up, like party crazy stuff that everyone starts to go to when the room's full? Like, what are your tactics here?
I think, as soon as, I think it goes room by room, it's case by case. So, I mean, if we're at a certain venue, if it's a monthly residency or a weekly residency or something that I know kind of like my go-tos, like I'll piggyback off, there's some bartenders who are more hyped than others. So I kind of piggyback off their energy. And I'll say, shout out to XYZ bartender. I get them real comfortable with the bartender and they love that. So it's kind of almost like, I'm using them to kind of like, use the energy. And I think you kind of need that because a bartender is sitting behind an empty bar and we're sitting behind an empty DJ booth. So I think that dynamic really works for your first hour and a half because they're comfortable. Like now they know that this bartender's name and they know that they're cool. So I'll even like my trick. And this is not reinventing the wheel. I'll stand right in the middle of the bar. So not on top of the bar, but I'll just post up on the bar, lean on there, got my drink in my hand. People walk in, they see the MC, the host, with a drink in his hand, mic in his other hand, and the bartender's behind me. And then people just start walking to the bar because they just attract that energy. And I'm just like a magnet. So they just all want to, oh, there goes the MC, and we just walked in. It's my girl's birthday. It's my boy's birthday. Shout them out. We want to start right now. So that's a little trick of mine. I'll walk out there, get the bartender, included because, they're just as much as, a big part of the night as we are. So it's just kind of like that whole puzzle to the pie, so to speak. So that's just one of the
no, I love that. I love that. Because when you interact with those people, you make them feel special. They feel like they're there and present and included. And I agree with you on like the bartender thing. It's important to make sure you get them involved because it's their party too, right? If the people aren't dancing and you're not having fun, and if they're not buying drinks, the bartenders are having fun. So, so real quick, we got some questions coming in on the live stream right now. This one goes out to JT. Can you talk a little about how you warm up a room and tips, for DJs out there on like how you kind of play that 10 to 11:30 time slot?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the venue or who you're warming up for. It helps when you're working with somebody. So I was working with Camilo like almost monthly. So I know what his set is like, not his set, but the songs that he goes to and his go-to songs. So I'll stay away from what I know that he's playing, keep the mood real R&B, real throwback early hip hop stuff. You don't want to just keep the energy just enough so people are, kind of dancing in their spot and, going to the bar. But, you definitely want to play stuff that people haven't heard in a while, and it's good because that's your time to kind of be creative and play some songs that you haven't heard in a while, and and that was something that I always tried to do. Every week tried to add at least one or two songs that I know that I haven't heard in a while, and that you're not necessarily going to hear in the club every week, because when it gets to that peak hour, it's the same stuff for the most part. With the headlining. Stuff.
What's the deal? Are you playing any Pop Smoke? Did you buy into that or what?
Yeah, there's certain situations where you have to play it, but it could clear the dance floor too. I don't know how much the ladies like that. You kind of got to stick with what the ladies like.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. So talk to us. I want to hear more about this. I know you guys are really well known in the Harrah's pool circuit. I know you guys do some really big stuff over there. You've opened up for some incredible artists, and you also get your own nights, which I think is awesome because that's a premier, a top class venue. So tell us about your, how long you guys been at the pool. What do you do there, and we'll talk about it.
Man, I think we've probably been there 5-6 years now.
Yeah, I think almost 6 years. Yeah, we started Parlor in the pool same time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Vito G. He got us in the door over there. I think it was like a Tuesday night, and he called me up and he's like, "Hey, man, like, the Wednesday opener called out, can you make it tomorrow? And I shit my pants. I'm like, oh my God, like the pool, like, I don't know if I'm ready. I was so scared, but yeah, I mean, we've been there for 5-6 years. We're comfortable. We work with a lot of cool acts. Machine Gun Kelly, Ja Rule and Ashanti,
Hey, Boogie.
Fat Man Scoop. So we definitely got the opportunity to work with some pretty cool people.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I'm sure you probably have a blast, being in front of 3,000 people, on the mic, hyping that up. It's probably craziness. I can imagine, man.
The energy is just insane. I think I would like to compare. I think emceeing for a room like that to probably driving Formula One. I mean, when you're just in that driver's seat and it's like midnight, smoke cannons going off, confetti going off. I mean, my adrenaline. Picture of Pizza Rock at its peak. It's just an amazing feeling. And me and JT will have this conversation on the drive home every Sunday morning. We're like, listen, all those nights that were just like, this shit is hard, or whatever, we were going through a rough patch or whatever the case may have been, like, that's worth it. And honestly, every Sunday, every month, we feel the same way. It just kind of puts wind in our sails every month and rejuvenates us. And it's just an amazing feeling to have that support, from the Pool family and just Atlantic City in general. So many Saturdays. It's especially when I see people celebrate like their 21st birthday. It's like they celebrated. Like, I have countless people who follow us, who followed us just based off they're celebrating their 21st birthday. They chose the Pool. And if we get lucky enough where it's on our night, and it's like, they're going to remember that forever. My 21st birthday, my first VIP, my first bottle, at the Pool. And that's a memory. That's just awesome, and we get reoccurring people to come out and be like, oh, it's been 3 years. I remember when I was 21, I celebrated my birthday. It's just those little things, But yeah, the Pool, shout out to the Pool family. Thank you for still having us. Can't wait to get back in there.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And to be a part of such a premier venue, it's great for your brand, the JT Euro brand, And I think that's a great room for you guys to play too, like with your music and the MC thing. Like, it just works really well because there's a lot of like really talented DJs that can't talk on a mic, right? And then there's a lot of guys that are really good on the mic, but their music isn't that good. But I feel like you guys bring that double balance, which is killer, man. Really good stuff. So what's like the future looking for you guys in 2020 and going forward? Are you guys gonna start like putting out some records, maybe start producing some stuff? Are you guys looking to expand, travel a little bit more? Like, what's on the agenda coming up?
Yeah, definitely. Like to travel. Get out to as many places as we can, do some new venues. It's always like I said, I like to play such a wide variety of music, so it's always good when you can play one type of music one night and then the next night you're playing something totally different. So I think that's, we just like to touch different venues and travel a little bit and, keep things going, get things back to normal over here.
That's good. I love that. And you got to keep it positive. You guys putting any new mixes out? Like, are you, JT, you going to like record some new mixes and put them out on the web?
Yeah. I've been trying to, now that we actually have some time, I try to do like once a week, do like a different type of theme. I think I did a throwback hip hop one and then more of like a housey kind of vibe. So yeah, put some out on Mixcloud.
Yeah, keep the content coming, man. We love it.
Yeah, I need some Hype King over that mix though.
We gotta do some voiceovers.
I need that sexy, like almost whispering voice over the mix, like an old like R&B like a 90s R&B mix with like
the Luther Vandross, like
exactly, like smooth Euro, just like talking over it.
Yo, Euro, I gotta ask you this. I got a question for you, Euro. So tell me, what is like one track that JT is gonna play like every time? Like, like, all right, like, when he's playing like Kanye West Gold Digger and he goes into that next track every time, what is it?
That's a good question. If he's playing Gold Digger, no,
I was making that as an example. Like, people have their sets, but put him on the spot real quick. Which one? What's he doing?
He'll definitely go. I don't know. That stumps me. I don't know, JT. I mean, we'll probably do like like a ludicrous like move bitch, a little juvenile, back that ass up. I mean, I think that's a go-to.
Love that.
Records, yeah.
No, that's good, and because you guys spend like you play so many gigs together. Like it's cool because your act is so well rehearsed, and you guys are so in tune with each other. Like you probably just know, like where JT's going with that next track, and he knows like exactly when you're going to talk over certain songs, or like I think that's like a really good dynamic, and it definitely shows in your performances. I feel like because the experience is really high, and I see you guys like crush Porta before, and really just blow out the main room on that side, and that's like the perfect vibe for you guys. So.
Yeah, Porta's amazing. I mean, I could be in the back in the kitchen eating a slice, and I don't know what song JT's gonna play next, and I could MC from the kitchen if I wanted to. So it's a blessing.
It's a fun room, man, and we're looking to just get back to it. I think everyone's like super focused on it, so we appreciate you guys dialing in, coming in, and just telling everyone a little about the JT Euro brand, man. We're trying to help. We want to get you guys out there. You're huge supporters of the Class Kills team, and we're looking forward to continuing to keep you in the mix. And just awesome. And you guys are good friends too. Talented DJs and entertainers, but just good friends all around. Good guys, man. Thanks for coming on the Parlor Talk.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate Shout out to the Class Kills team.
Yeah,
thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Good stuff. All right. So we appreciate it, boys. Thank you. Be safe, man. And we'll talk soon.
All right. Same to you. Take care.
Take care, guys.
Later, boys.
Later.
All right, so that wraps up episode 20 of Parlor Talk with JT Euro and Brendan O'Neill. All this stuff will get posted to the YouTube, so we'll put their tags and all their links and all that other stuff in the description underneath the YouTube video. So I know we were talking last episode a little bit about we are going to give away some DQ sauce. We're still figuring it out. I think we're gonna push it a little bit more. We're gonna market it a little more. So sit tight. We're still giving away some DQ sauce. It's not going to be next week, but if you guys are on the Facebook, YouTube, basically we're running a contest. If you're on Facebook, go over our youtube.com/ClassKills and subscribe to our channel, and we're going to be giving away some DQ sauce in probably the next week.
100 subscribers.
Oh yeah, that's what we decided. So as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, that episode of that day hit 100, we're going to give away the DQ sauce. So tell your friends, share it. If you guys are on the Facebook, go over there, youtube.com/ClassKills. Chris will drop the link and then you can check that out. And once we hit 100 subscribers, the gift back to the community, we're giving away that free DQ sauce stuff. Right now is go over and subscribe to our channel, and then we'll be giving away that free DQ sauce. But thanks for tuning in to Parlor Talk. Everyone, have a good night. Be safe.